Hello everyone, welcome back to another Meals of the Week video. So yeah, I've been using a lot of vegetables this week. The first meal I've got to show you that I made was just a salad. It was just for me and my mum one night. Although I made like probably too much salad. I was using everything we had left over in the fridge at the time. So I've got some courgettes, some onions, peppers, sweet corn, there's cabbage, there's kale, there's salad leaves, there's carrots, there's broccoli, and there's avocado as well. So yeah, I was just wanted to show you this picture because this is how I prep it all when I'm on my work shift. So when I'm on a late shift and I don't have time to cook, so I'll prep everything in the morning before I start work, ready to just make it quickly before my lunch break. So yeah, that's everything to go in the bowls, and then this is what it looked like. So I just popped a piece of chicken in the air fryer with some paprika seasoning on, just on a grill setting for 10 minutes, and I just laid that on top of the salad that I did, and then there's some ranch dressing sauce on both of it. So yeah, I've just really enjoying salads this week, so you'll probably see quite a few of those in the video. But yeah, that's what I had made for dinner the first night. So for tonight's dinner, I did some roasted chicken breasts each in the oven, and I did it with some chicken seasoning on top and just tried to kind of turn it into like a mini Rosetta chicken style thing. So we just had a breast each, and then I had some cabbage from the Abel and Kale box I ordered previously in the week, which is like a veg box. So I had that, but this is probably my least favourite cabbage. I do prefer the one I grew in the garden, but I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I think this is a spring cabbage, which is probably why I liked it less. But I served it with some parsnips, and there was some grilled mixed vegetables, some aubergine and some courgettes, and I think there was also peppers as well. I was just using all of my veg up. So I had that, and then I just topped it with some gravy, and yeah, it was still a really nice dinner, and that's what we had for dinner the second night. Next up, we actually had Subway for dinner this night, so me and my partner had a Subway. I just get a salad from Subway. I love a loaded salad. So I'm just showing you mine here, which is basically lettuce, red onion, jalapenos, peppers, olives. There's some cheese, there's ham, there's chicken, there's basically everything, and some light mayo on the top. But yeah, that's basically what I have. I absolutely love a Subway salad. I think I might try and recreate it at home one week, but yeah, that's just what I had for dinner that night. Hi guys, so I'm just cooking dinner tonight, and I've got I'm boiling this ravioli, which is the burrito one from Asda, and then I'm frying the noce tomato mozzarella. I've had this one a few times, it's quite nice. So I've got that going there, the ravioli, and then I've got the noce and all the vegetables frying in some butter. So I've got some chestnut mushrooms. These are the ones I got from Abel and Cole. I had some for breakfast this morning and they're quite nice. And then we've got some cherry tomatoes, red onions, we've got aubergine, we've got courgette, we've got peppers, I think there's something else that I'm forgetting as well, but basically yeah, I've got all the veg going on in here that I could find. So yeah, I'm going to fry that up in some butter, and then I'm going to put the pasta into that, and then I'm going to put this is tomato and chilli sauce, and that's basically what we're having for dinner tonight. I'm kind of just making it up as I go along. But yeah, that was it all served up. I'm sorry I couldn't get a nicer pizza. I'd already started eating it by the time I remembered to do that after shot, so this is kind of half eaten. Very sorry, but yeah, it was just a pasta dish all mixed together, and yeah, that was really nice. I'll definitely make it again. Hiya, so I made lasagna. So this is my first time making my mum's homemade lasagna, which I think went quite well actually. So yeah, we just had a homemade lasagna with some mixed vegetables, some cabbage, sweet corn and peas. I usually do potatoes, but I'm mostly trying to leave potatoes out most of the time, unless it's like sweet potato. But yeah, so we just had lasagna and salad. Making myself dinner for tonight. I fancied black pepper chicken, found a recipe online. The only thing I didn't have was the sesame oil but hopefully it should be fine. So yeah, I've just got in here some onions and peppers, a couple of bean sprouts that I had left over, and some chicken that I've had marinating in some soy sauce there. So I'm just going to fry that all together until that's fully cooked. And then I've got some basmati rice over there going, and then I've made the black pepper sauce up in a bowl. Now we'll chuck that on top when that's done. I thought I'd show you my new puppy. This is Jack. He's super cute. Jack. Although also ignores everything I said, but he's cute. There's my dinner. It's very nearly ready. Just letting that cook in the sauce for a little bit. But yeah, that's basically what we had for dinner tonight. So we had some black pepper chicken stir fry and some just some plain boiled rice. Next up, I just did a chicken stew because it's starting to transfer into like autumn, so I'm kind of going through a mixture of salads and warm my dishes at the minute. So, but yeah, I fancied a chicken stew for dinner tonight, so I made a slow cooker stew and dumplings in the slow cooker with just some minted potatoes, and there's a bit of broccoli and carrots as well mixed in there. But yeah, that was really nice. I just used the Coleman's chicken seasoning packet on this one. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner tonight. Hi everyone, so I'm just making a roast dinner. I'm using up the farmer's vegetables and everything, but I just thought I'd show you. I'm about to pressure cook my chicken. So I do chicken stock at the bottom with some onions and some parsley, and then you pop the grid in like that. I'm going to pop the lid in like that, and then I'm going to pop the chicken in. Yeah, I can pop a medium chicken here, no bigger, unfortunately, because I'd like to do a large, but it won't fit. So yeah, and I'm going to just pressure cook this all. And then all I do with my seasoning, which Darren absolutely loves this. I've actually never tried it myself because I don't like chicken skin, but all I've got in here is chicken seasoning, white pepper, I put smoked paprika, I put some mixed herbs in here and some garlic powder, and then I put a little bit of water and kind of turn it into a paste, and then I'll just put that on the chicken. So that's my chicken with the seasoning on. I'm just going to pressure cook this for about 20-25 minutes. See what it looks like. You can actually just do it for 15 minutes, but I just like to make sure it's done, so I'm just doing it a little bit longer. Now, so yeah, that's just preheating. I've put it on for 23 minutes. It does take about 15 minutes for it to reach to the pressure it needs to be, and then it will start counting down. So whilst that's been done, I've just pre-cooked the cauliflower with a bit of oil and some paprika seasoning on top. I cook it for 15 minutes there, and then I'm just going to whip up some cheese sauce, pop that on top, and then I pop it back in for another 25-30 minutes. I'm also cooking up sweet potatoes today. We're having the purple sweet potatoes. I did get this from Ebel and Cole. They used to do them Marks and Spencer's. I don't get them often because they're quite expensive. They're about £5 to £6 just for two. But yeah, these were two large ones. They were actually in the Blue Zone Netflix documentary. I'm going to make mashed potato out of these. And I'm looking forward to seeing people's faces. I have made them Darren before, but I just don't get them often because they're expensive. Well, I actually really like these better than normal sweet potatoes, but yeah, the water's gonna, and my hands have all dyed purple as well from cutting them. But yeah, there they are on go. So yeah, that's the cheese sauce put on the cauliflower, so that's going to go back in the oven for 30 minutes. And I've got my veg going as well. We've got cabbage, broccoli and sweet corn. So we're part way there. I've got my sweet potato mash done and ready. I just make it the way I normally do with butter and milk and the pepper and salt in that. I do have some carrots over there. We've got a mixture of purple, yellow, orange carrots and some parsnips roasted in mustard and honey sauce over there, and then the cauliflower cheese is also done. I'm just waiting for the veg to also be done. I think it's going to be a little bit early, so I'm going to probably pop these back in the oven to keep them on a warm setting because my chicken's still got 20 minutes to be done. So that's my chicken all done up. It has split, but I think that's because I pressure cooked it just slightly longer than I usually do, so I'd probably put it on a bit of a probably about 20 minutes instead of 23 minutes. But yeah, and then I just air fry it again for another 20 to 30 minutes, and that's the chicken done. So this is the chicken juices left over from when I've took the chicken out. So basically what I do is I literally just take this out, I drain it through a colander into another pan just to get all the bits out of it. So yeah, that's the stock all drained into a pan, and I just mix some gravy granules in it, and I just turn it into like a chicken gravy basically. And that's my dinner all served up. It did take absolutely ages, but everybody completely loved it. It's literally my favourite meal that I ever make, but it does take a couple of hours to prep, but it was so nice, and yeah, everybody loved it like I said. So yeah, that's our roast dinner for tonight. Hi, so it was just me for dinner tonight, so I just made a salad. This is just using Camembert. I think again there's some aubergine, courgettes, some peppers, red onions, some kale, some salad leaves, and some just dressing on, pretty much the same as I had in the first week, but without the chicken. But yeah, I just made myself a quick salad for tonight because that's all I felt like eating. But yeah, that was dinner for tonight. Hi guys, so for tonight's dinner I've made a cottage pie. So I've done some homemade cottage pie with cheesy mash that I've just popped in there, and I put it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and then I just served it with some Yorkshire puddings, and I've done some mixed veg on the side. But yeah, I'm just going to dish this all up on a plate and get that sorted. So yeah, this is what it looks like all dished up. I just did a portion each with the veg and then some gravy on the top. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner tonight. It was very, very nice. So for my last dinner for the week is I got some pies. So it was just me and my partner for dinner tonight because my mum didn't fancy having dinner. So we just had a cheese and leek pie each with some sweet potato mash and some broccoli and some gravy on it. But yeah, I'm just really loving my winter home meals, so I'm going to start making more of them. But that's everything. So thank you so much for watching if you're still here at the end, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye.